Hey everyone, Rushlock here, and remember to for the latest news, tips, and tricks for EVE Online, hit the follow button, the subscribe button rather, down below the video. So today we have a post from Rixx Javix titled EverMarks. This is back in November, closer to when they first came out, and let's take a look to see what he thought about them. Did you know you can get your alliance and corporation logos on your ships? It's true, and it is live and working right now inside of EVE Online. I know I was surprised to learn this myself. I admit I was focused on the alliance tournament last week when Uprising launched, and I've been playing catch-up this week. But I've also been surprised to learn that a lot of players are unaware of this new feature. So today I logged in early, determined to figure out how to do this. It is surprisingly easy to do. Simply open up the agency and find your local Paragon agent and start a conversation. There are 11 Paragon locations spread across New Eden, all of which are noted on the Empires of New Eden map, with most of them in high security space and a few in low sec. So this morning I flew over to the nearest one and learned that all she wanted was an Incursus. So I brought her one, and she gave me 2,500 EverMarks through the loyalty store. Simple, huh? Now, 2,500 EverMarks doesn't get you much. Mostly you can exchange those for one emblem on a shuttle or a rookie ship. So this means I'll have to keep doing this until I can earn enough marks to get an emblem on a decent ship. But then, once spent, the marks are gone. And since I want to eventually have emblems for all the ships I can, looks like I'll be running these missions until the end of time. Rumors are that eventually we'll be getting EverMarks for corporations as well, which might mean emblems for structures possibly. We've all wanted Alliance logos on ships since the dawn of EVE Online, and now we have them. Sorta, kinda, but here we are. Is this the most elegant solution? No, it isn't. Is it really just a gold sink to remove some ISK from the game? Sure, that's probably what it is, but do we care? I don't. Tomorrow I plan on doing this again and hopefully earning enough for my Abandoned Part logo on my Astero. Then I'll switch, or I'll just have to log in every single morning over and over again until I earn enough to have them all. Which doesn't sound all that great, except in the end I'll have logos on my ships, or at least all the ships that are available, which isn't all ships. Are you following along? Alright, there's the end of the post from Rixx. So, and I think he's touching on this, or at least realizing this back then, that this is just a daily, right? It's a twofold problem solution. One, how do we get nerds logging in every day? Create a sense of missing out or urgency that, hey, if you're not logging in and getting your Paragon stuff done, you're not going to get any logos on your ship. That's step one. Step two, as he mentions directly, is it's a gold sink. You know, a very minor one, at least from the missions I've heard about. I think the min-maxy one is a venture, is the lowest cost to most EverMarks that you get in return. Now that data could be outdated and whatnot. This is just what people told me was the meta way of approaching it before. Also, location. So nullsecers, the ones who are, I don't know if I should say the most interested in logos on their ships. I don't think that would be fair, but in terms of volume, the number of nerds who want their emblems on their ships, or at least the veracity of the eagerness to have them on their ships, definitely have to go out of their way. Either going to low sec or to high sec, God forbid, to get these done. Is there a way around that? I don't think so. I don't think they were going to put anything in null sec. Maybe in NPC null would have made sense. But maybe there was a lore issue where, hey, we can't justify these Paragon locations, in Paragon Soul? Stain for example. And things like that. I don't know the lore well enough to speak on that part of it, but it's that's been the biggest pushback I've had from nullsec players is like, we got to go so far out of our way to interact with these things. Whether that's true or just complaining, I don't know. At a surface level glance, it makes sense. Yeah, that seemed like a harsh travel requirement to put on the nullsecers to have to get their points when they obviously would want their emblems. But the availability of it in high sec and low sec seems to be sufficient. I myself, I guess to give my perspective on it, I haven't bothered with it. The last thing I need, personally, just from my own perspective on video games, is one more thing to need to go click. Now, that's a very popular format for video games now, is putting you in a position where you feel like you need to log in regularly to make these clicks. Even if you do nothing else, you hop in, you get your daily login reward, and now you need to do your Paragon daily. And my best way for me to deal with it is to simply ignore it. It doesn't mean that I think it's a bad system or anything like that. I think it's very industry standard or in line with other industry standards. which doesn't necessarily make it good or bad either. But even in the last couple of weeks, I've even removed even more daily clicks I was doing in other games, Magic the Gathering Arena, Marvel Snap, things like that. Stuff I was following pretty rigidly and making sure to keep up with. I've removed from my schedule, and it's freed up hours of my day to be more productive. In fact, I'm recording this at about 4 a.m. local time, where I would normally be taking me time after waking up and going, all right, let's do some fun stuff for myself, which would eventually just dilute itself down into simple login daily tasks. So that's my perspective on it. What are you guys doing? Are you keeping up with your EverMarks? Do you even know how to do it? Rixx points out that the visibility on this stuff has been pretty poor so far. But what have you done with it? Have you set yourself a huge goal for EverMarks to put your logo on a large ship? Have you dabbled with it and hit some kind of barrier or point of resistance where it's just not worth the clicks for you? Let us know in the comments down below the video where you are with it, and we'll see you in the next time.